Good evening. Oh my God, I hate the sun. I'm just going to get that off my chest now. I'm sitting here. It is absolutely sweltering. Oh dear God. But at least we're indoors. I have all the curtains closed. I have a fan blaring on top of me, and we're going to a lake. So in my mind, I'm going to a lake in my mind, and I'm bringing everybody there. Um, Welcome to the latest episode of the Emberlight Saga. I am Declan. I am your game master, and if this isn't your first time watching the Emberlight Saga and you're like, hang on a second, why this is not the same four people that were there last week or 2 weeks ago? Um, well, remember, this is the Emberlight Guild, and the Emberlight Guild's members go out and take on board different quests and missions on behalf of the people of the Kingdom of Phaeton. And tonight we are joined by Gabriella, Paul, Richard, and Monica, playing Serafina, Herodor, names, Herodor, Diego, and I was about to say, and Monica. Monica is playing Monica, and Monica playing Felicity. I'm really, really excited for tonight's adventure. One, not only because I get to play with some new people, some people for not the first time, because like we were all at the town hall meeting, but like, play properly. There's dice involved tonight. I know there was dice involved the last time as well. Crap. Right, we've already played together, so I get to be mean to everybody now. That's that established. Yeah, sorry, band-aids off. I want to preface before we begin our story tonight. The Emberlight Saga is a dark fantasy campaign that draws heavily on themes of hopelessness, grief, loss, and in the face of adversity and the end of times, holding out for hope. If that's not your cup of tea, if that sounds like it might be a little too heavy or a little too emotional, absolutely no sweat whatsoever. There are plenty of other D8 Dungeon content out there for you to go and watch or listen to over on our YouTube channel. To be fair, we just love playing with emotions around these parts. So, but there's lots of really fun, ridiculous charity stream videos that you can catch. The VODs are all over on our YouTube channel. But we have plenty of friends out there. I don't know if the Emerald Collective are streaming tonight, but if they're not, you can always check out their YouTube channel as well for all of their content, just to give them a quick mention. Okay. Everybody, I don't know why I'm nervous. It feels like the start of a campaign. I don't know why. It's not. I've been playing this for we've been playing this for about 2.5 months now, but I've been playing it on stream for the last month and a half. So yeah.
It's new people though.
It's new people. Yeah, it's new people. And the pressure is high. I have to impress and upset 4 people before the end of tonight. And that I promise. We find ourselves on the far northeast of the Kingdom of Phaeton. There, a little north of the town of Greenbegs, Serafina, Herodor, Diego, and Felicity have been traveling. They've found themselves having undertaken the mission. Lights have been spotted under the lake water of the Little Brother Lake, the most northern body of water here on the continent. And the sighting has been enough to put off people going to the lake or even using the nearby river that connects the 3 brothers, the 3 lakes of the kingdom. It's put fishermen off of using these spaces. It's put locals off from going too close. So the guild were beseeched to go and investigate these strange and mysterious lights, confirm they actually exist, and, if possible, end them. But first and foremost, discovering what they actually are, if they are anything at all. The journey has taken 2.5 days. It would have been 2, but when you set out 2.5 days ago, Herodor had been preoccupied with some work for Valara and a bunch of local orphans and street kids who were helping themselves to some of the ruin and wreckage of the Emberlight Guild. In all that, you have arrived at the Broken Key Tavern, a roadside inn, sandwiched on the road between Greenbegs and Achille Bridge, the village that touches the edge of the lake here in the northeast. You have spent the night, and you each awaken to the sound of clattering in the kitchen below you, the giggling and merriment of the two owners who you had met the night before, both eager and keen to invite you all in. And then the smell kind of reaches your nose. There's a sweetness on the air. You can smell quite a rich aroma of. It kind of smells like chocolate or something. Or there's definitely a hint of chocolate in it, and that's quickly followed by the acrid smell of something burning, maybe toast. You can hear frantic shouting. For anyone that's up and about, you hear the back door of the tavern swing open violently, shouting frantically. There's a plume of smoke. You see a flash of flames as a pan is thrown into a well. And there's a very smoldered looking human woman, just got like smoke kind of caught at the edges of her face and in her hair, and she's spluttering and chasing out the door behind her, trying to quench a flame at the end of his tail. You see a tiefling man, and he kind of throws himself into her arms. The pair of them just start kissing and laughing, and then there's like, shh, you're gonna wake the guests, and they're pointing up the window. And is anybody watching this? Because you're all in your Herodor's watching. Okay, Herodor's watching.
100%.
Okay,
yeah.
So, okay. Three of you make for some reason the pair make direct eye contact with the three of you, and there is this sort of sheepish, oh my god, they saw us. Oh my god, we're supposed to be your owners. We're supposed to be professional. And again, there's the couple are newlyweds. Nora has inherited the inn from her great aunt, and the pair have seen to take it over and want to try and do right by this space. It was, according to Nora and her great aunt, one of the most happening spots. It's on a dirt road in the middle of nowhere. But people used to come from miles around to hear music and to sing and to dance. And her aunt apparently did the best French toast for miles around, or whatever. I mean, France doesn't exist, but you get the point. Eggy bread, best eggy bread miles around. You're up, you're about, and I think we're gonna start kind of in the order on screen, if that's okay. So we're gonna start top left, and we're gonna go to the right, then we're going to bottom left, and then right. So, can you tell us a little bit about Seraphina in terms of appearance, and then what they're up to this morning?
Sure. Seraphina has like quite a tall, strong build to her. It's like, I wouldn't say as far as a wiry strength, but she's like lean muscle. She's a monk, so she spends lots of her time like practicing and moving through these motions. And that's why she actually saw them out the window, is because she was going through her morning, like basically Tai Chi, whatever the equivalent is in our world, moving through those movements, and then just like casually watching like, oh, that's odd. But what you would see, besides her being like tall and strong, is that she's got like a small like smattering of freckles across her face, and like long, quite white blonde hair that goes to like probably like waist length. It's usually got some pretty like loose curls that she wrestles into some sort of braid, and the tips of it are kind of like a bluey green kind of color. and she is an elf as well. So got those nice pointed ears and like brilliant blue-green eyes. So that's what Seraphina looks like. And she's just in traditional monk garb, moving through her motions and watching these cute newlyweds with like just a small hint of a smile.
You like as you kind of make eye contact with them, they wave up at the window. You're not. You all kind of feel like they're waving at you because you've all been given your own room. Um, you are also the only customers.
Lovely.
Uh, as they wave up, they do kind of run back inside, and again you can kind of hear they're trying to be like it's like a muffled laughter, like under their breath. Um, um, what is Seraphina like? Is there beyond the stretches and kind of getting ready? Is there anything in their practice in the morning that they want to do now, or is it just kind of head straight down and see if the others are up, or what would you like to do?
I think the morning routine is more just like a method of like grounding. And so she's just like woken up and is easing into the day. And I'd say she's probably been doing that for a little while. Probably woke up with the first bit of ruckus that this cute couple was making, you know?
Mhm.
Um, and like she wouldn't be the type to disturb any of the others. So I think she'd probably just head quietly down to like the common area or the kitchen, whatever the like the seating area is, the tavern, and just wait to see if her compatriots, come down themselves.
Um, as you head out the door, it is it's kind of an open plan kind of tavern, and so you're right over
Mm,
that kind
mhm.
of that the inn or tavern part of this space, and you can see below you the tables are lined up, and they have they've kind of half started setting the spaces. Give me a perception check.
Ooh, okay. Okay, sorry. New character, new modifiers.
Mhm.
Ooh, that is an 18.
It's the again, you definitely hear the others are getting up. Like you can hear kind of sounds coming from the rooms. Uh, the stairs kind of lead up from the tavern floor next to the fireplace up here to a landing, and then it is just a kind of a wall of rooms, and you
Okay.
see again the door behind you. You're the closest to the stairs, um, and then there are four other rooms kind of down along. You can hear noise coming from them. Uh, so the others are in the process of getting up. What you notice though is there's a table. Most of the tables have been cleared and wiped and stuff like that. You don't see even any kind of candles or little lamps or anything. But there's clearly a table being set for you all, and there are 5 plates.
Okay.
Mhm.
Is Do we expect a fifth to be joining us?
Nope.
Oh,
It's
okay.
probably just an oversight. Again, it's probably
Okay.
again given their energy, given everything else, it's probably just like they came out and that was yeah, they're just plates and they put them down and then because it's not even fully set. Like there's like a handful of forks. There's actually a lot of forks. There's a lot more forks than you would think you would need for breakfast. And there's as you kind of move to the top of the stairs, Serafina, you do see the human woman Nora. She kind of comes out from under the balcony that kind of overlooks the space, and she just puts down a small glass bottle, and it's just filled with kind of wildflowers.
Oh, lovely.
And she kind of looks back over her shoulders. And she's, I am so sorry if Moss woke you up this morning. He he's all he's all fingers, and she just starts giggling like she just and then like when she realizes what she says, she kind of just gets embarrassed and then she just starts laughing.
Oh,
Um
I love her. I mean, that's me as a person. I love her, and I think Serafina actually would just be so charmed by her. Like, you said her name's Nora, right?
yes, yeah.
I think Serafina would just be like, "Good morning, Nora," and then
Um
just pad quietly past and start helping to set up because they clearly need the help.
Yeah, you clearly like she's covered in like flour and jam and like a
So
like a
cute.
tea stain, and she's wearing like a penny apron that it like says "World's Best Innkeeper" on it, but it's clearly been like handmade.
Oh,
Um, and I'm just gonna go help Moss with the sausages. And
of course.
then there is just
Good
another
luck.
like the door swings open, and there's just another plume of smoke out into, and you clearly smell burnt meat.
Sure.
Um, Herodor. You've heard the commotion. You've made eye contact with the newlyweds slash innkeepers. Can you tell us a little bit about? Well, we got to meet Herodor last week, but
Yeah.
for anyone that wasn't able to catch the stream, but you remind us very quickly what he looks like
So
and what he's doing.
Herodor's a sort of 5'10" male human on the fairly young side, with sort of shoulder length hair, dark brown, sort of with brown eyes, bit of a farmer's tan going on. He first gets up in the morning, sort of like the hair's all over the place, sort of scraggle, and he probably just about realizes and brushes it down, more just for whatever he's wearing. And he's just sort of standing in the room. He's been up since the crack of dawn, just writing in his journal that he was advised to start writing into. And as weird as that is for him, he thought he may as well. And he's sort of sitting on the windowsill and just looking out at the nature, sort of just taking everything in. And that's obviously when he sees the two at the back. And the instant that he realizes what's going on, his face turns beetroot red, as would be expected for a teenager. And he kind of just turns his head around and sort of like starts grabbing his stuff up to head down to the stairs as well.
As you kind of reach for the door and you step out, yep, you've just walked into a stench of charred pork. Like it's just a very, very strong smell kind of immediately catches at the edges of your nose. At the same time, the door to your left opens, and Diego, what do we see, and kind of what's been your reaction to all of this commotion?
Diego has turned away from
might be
what he's
muted.
witnessed. Oh no. Can you hear me?
Nope. Hang on. I'll have a look. See. I know what's happened. Yep. We can hear you now.
All I did was refresh. Anyway, Diego has turned away from what he's seen and let out a big sigh, which releases all his tension in his body. He's given it the young love kind of thing. A throwback to when he and his wife first opened their tavern. All the memories are rushing through his head now. He sort of floats out of the room and puts his arms above his head, and his body cracks and then cracks again and then cracks a few more times to the point where anyone who's nearby finds it concerning. Diego himself is a half-elf, half-orc, whose appearance is mostly elven, but his racial features are betrayed by the mottled green-grey on his skin. His hair is a mossy green and styled in a way that was definitely cool 20 years ago. He wears a coat that's been through the ringers, it's been washed 100,000 times, and is patched back together. And he drifts his way down to the dining hall or the main room of the tavern, whatever it is, barely even acknowledging Herodor, as he's so lost in his thoughts of when he and his wife were first together. She was famous for her PDAs, her public displays of aggression. And he sits down at the table, sort of stares off into the middle distance.
As you like lost in memory, and in the kind of the image and the nostalgia that surrounds Sarla, you sort of breeze past Herodor, and again, it's not out of ignorance, it's not out of anything else. It's just like it's been a while actually since the you've had a proper chance to catch up. She was supposed to be at the Guildhall meeting to elect the new hearth, because you and she stepped forward, or rather, you stepped forward and tugged her along. She's been flitting in and out of the bar at home. She hasn't been on any missions with the guild herself for quite some time. Um, you find yourself set across from Serafina, and Serafina, Diego seems here in body, not necessarily in mind or soul or heart.
I think she would just like gently smile again and think that like, well, everyone's having some kind of morning, and probably just like help set the table in front of him and quietly go about her job that she's given herself, you know.
And at this point, then, Herodor, you come down, and Diego is just sort of running his finger along the rim of like a cup, just sort of like practically smelling the wildflowers. Like it's that sort of it's just, the man seems all aflutter, and not particularly trying to hide that either. Like he seems to be quite in the moment, and you see Serafina kind of busy and kind of organizing, taking away a plate and kind of making sure that everything is kind of set out. That smell of smoke is still lingering a little bit, and every now and again, like the door kind of opens, and like it's sort of a, who's going to pop out this time? Most of the time it's Nora, just kind of checking out. Twice you saw Moss, who looked to be in a bit of a panic, but gave you kind of a wave and a good morning. How do we feel about Char? And he kind of he's pulled back into the kitchen. Felicity, what are you doing? And can you tell us a little bit of what Felicity looks like?
Felicity is a tiefling. She's pretty standard build, voluptuous. She's very purple. She has lavender skin and like darker purple freckles and darker purple hair and bright blue eyes. She has resting friendly face. There's not much about Felicity that doesn't say like warm and welcoming. She is probably the last to get up. She was probably the last to go to bed. She was probably trying to make a party happen in this tavern where we are the only people here. And upon realizing that wasn't successful, she would have gone to check on the horses. So there may be like some strands of stray straw or hay in her hair. So she would just get up and start making herself presentable. She doesn't really have much of a morning routine other than to very quietly to herself pause and take a moment. It's not exactly a prayer. She doesn't really pray to anyone, but she thinks about the people that she holds dearest, and just takes a moment to consider them and to like lift up a thought for their well-being before she would head downstairs. So sadly, because she tried to host a one-woman party, she did miss the very cute newlywed moment.
Can you give me a Constitution saving throw, please?
Oh no.
How far did that party go?
Okay. That's a 2.
There is it's right behind the eyes. Like there is just a like you can definitely taste like an apple smoked brandy. There's a little like, is that cardamom and coffee, and like you tried to play, and then there's a sudden Did I try to get a game of Kings going without cards? And like again, you're getting these little flashes. Um, and again, you went out. You were like, "I'll go out and check out the horses." And when you came back, it was just Nora and Moss up, and they were doing their best to clean as fast as possible because it was like. It's that sort of like, and I'm not saying it's embarrassment or that, but there is just this flashing moment of, oh, I'm remembering things that I really wish my subconscious would have forgotten. And the hangover is very present, like it's very there.
We're gonna do really well with that burnt smell.
And that catches as you stumble bravely to the door. Even the effort of like turning the handle and opening it, and you've jiggled it a little bit, and then you step out, and then it's very bright out here. Like it's very bright. It's no brighter than the room you were just in, but you're not used to this, and you can hear chatter below, and you can smell, and there's like you again, like it's the yolk of the egg, and the smell of just burnt sausage just catches you, and then you can again, it's that taste, the cardamom in your mouth suddenly just gets really bitter, and your mouth waters a little bit, but you manage to hold yourself together. There is that sort of like and you all of you kind of hear just this frail whimper from up on the balcony, and you just see a whip of like a purple horn as Felicity drags herself like to the top of the stairs, and then like an invalid shakes their way down towards the table.
She is for sure trying to do this and spectacularly failing in as dignified a manner as possible.
I might now awaken Diego from their reverie and say, Diego, can you cook? Could you maybe help them in the kitchen? I don't think Felicity will last the day.
I mean, it's the first time I've been away from the tavern in a long time. Doing work sounds a bit. Yeah. Why not? And
you get up. Felicity, give me a performance check at disadvantage.
You're so mean.
You started one-woman party.
Yeah.
It's fine. I have a +5 to charisma. Okay. So 13, and then is it +5 or plus? I'm really.
So, are you looking at your character sheet?
Yes.
You'll see your performance, and that will have the number beside it. It'll tell you what you're going to add to this.
Marvelous. Oh, that's +4. So 17.
Okay. And that's with disadvantage. You rolled twice?
Yes.
Okay.
Wow.
So it's not the first time. Well, maybe Herodor, it's the first time you've seen this, but for Serafina and Diego, you've definitely seen Felicity. I mean, you've been cleaning up the following morning, and you've been cleaning up around Felicity.
Oh no.
So, yeah.
I'm very responsible.
Almost became Hearth.
Wow.
But as Diego, as you get up to move to the kitchen, it is that's like, short of wearing sunglasses, like shades, you do see Felicity sort of trying to put on a brave face, and it is just, we're smiling, but you and Serafina are kind of accustomed to the glassy look in the eye of, there's nothing behind those right now. Like there's
Can I hit Felicity with a morning, but it's healing word?
Oh, how lovely!
What a team player.
You can. So you do, and you Felicity, you feel a little stronger in yourself. Like you feel a little like, oh, okay, like the worst of it has kind of passed. Like there's still a little bit of like a little bit of the fear is lingering, but now it kind of feels, now it's suddenly a bit like, you know what, if I just had a roll and there was just like 3 or 4 slabs of like meat that wasn't burnt stuck in the middle of that, and maybe some cheese and some potato. So now there's a bit of a hunger pang as you
Lovely.
get up and you see Diego moving towards the kitchen with a friendly, if not magical, morning.
I think as he's doing that, I'm pouring her a glass of water and just pushing it to the place that she's going to be sitting.
With 3 of you set down, Diego, you go to the kitchen.
I knock. I
You're
absolutely knock.
Damn it!
So polite.
I had a swing door situation in mind, and I was like, "Make me a dex save." But you tap, and the door is kind of pulled back, and Nora is kind of staring at you, kind of very wide-eyed, and Moss is kind of behind her, and he's holding like 4 plates, like 2 on either hand, and she's holding a 5th.
Good morning, Diego Amarnarin, proprietor of the Grand Adventure. Don't know if you've ever been that way. Seems like maybe you two are a little preoccupied and could use a hand this morning.
You can tell it's our first time, can't you?
It's all right. It's all right. I was newlywed once. Don't worry about it.
Like, you see Moss is like fumbling with the plates, like they're hot.
Oh, no.
And even with fire resistance, like it's the, like Nora begins, like it's just a lot of pressure because my great aunt, she meant so much to me, and this place meant so much to her, and it meant so much to Achille Bridge and to Greenbags, and I really want to try and bring it back to the play it was. And the entire time you can just hear behind her, dear, the plates aren't getting any lighter, dear.
I shuffle sideways through the door past her and just start working. I just start grabbing things, reaching for things. If I can't find something, I prompt them for it. I lift 2 of the plates off him as I go past and set them down. And I'm like, there is only you and the next thing you do. Don't stress yourself. Go.
And yes, chef. Yes, chef. And he's no idea why he says this, but he slips past you. Nora is just like, oh, and she moves past him, and they head out with like these. It's just plates with food on it to kind of pick. It's mostly sort of pan-fried mushrooms, some tomatoes, bacon. They've tried their best to break off some of the burnt char. There's a plate of bread and cheese, and they set down these, it's quite big plates of these food items on it. Diego, the kitchen is like, it's a mess. Like, they have every implement, every bowl, every tool, every surface has been used to make breakfast.
It's a good job you added that.
Sorry.
That's a good job you added to make breakfast to that.
Yeah.
The way they've been getting on.
Diego?
I look for a frying pan. I look for where the food is coming from. I just start cooking things.
So
the mess is not my concern.
Okay, give me a roll. Just give me a roll of a d20. And do you have cooking tools as a proficiency?
I do not. Lots of instruments.
Oh, so you can give me a roll of a d20. I'm gonna let you add half your proficiency bonus.
So that's a 1. 18 then.
Okay. It's there's a. It's a big saucepan that they were using as a frying pan because you can't find the frying pan. And then it's it's in the well.
It's in the well.
So you find like there's a few cuts of bread that they kind of had mangled with like the wrong knife. Again, you see some of the tomatoes that have been kind of left over, and it's just you just go about making a very soft sort of it's not quite a shakshuka because you can't find like the right spices, but you're ripping up pieces of the bread and you're bringing the tomatoes to a heat, and it it it's a rich dish. It'll be quite a nice. You splash on a little extra oil. You find a lot of garlic. Most of it is sprouting, but the cloves they're all pretty good. So yeah, it's this really rich, aromatic sort of tomato with like chunks of bread kind of sitting in it, kind of almost like croutons. And like they come back and there's just oh gosh, that smells amazing.
Smells like food.
Yeah, take it out to wherever. I don't know. Sit down and eat yourself.
Okay. The bowls are just, and they're looking around everywhere. But they again, Moss takes the big pot, and he brings it out, and you've made a like a very quick, hearty breakfast dish. But there's enough to be kind of picking at, and they do. You've invited them, so they sit down with the four of you. And again, you see that like when you bring out the saucepan, Nora goes back out and she comes back with a stack of bowls, and she kind of puts them out. And then there's one left over, so she just kind of reaches and she just kind of puts it on the bar and she sits down, and they just start eating. So you were saying last night, Felicity, that you're all headed to Little Brother Lake.
Yes.
Uh,
Yes.
okay.
We're gonna do some fishing. I know Herodor's looking forward to fishing.
Yes. Yes, I am.
We're actually investigating the problem there. We're going to see if we can make it a bit safer for the fishermen to return to their work.
Yeah, no, Nora's kind of nodding. She's like, last night you told us all about the lights under the lake, and
Yes.
the Emberlight were tasked with this sacred duty of going to the lake and investigating it, and this was, Felicity, your team, and you were leading them.
I don't like. We're a team. I don't like to think of myself as a leader so much.
And she kind of looks at Moss, and they're not making anything of it, but it's that. And they recall you coming back from the horses, saying just that the weight of responsibility on your shoulders. There's a kindling with you, and it's up to you as the leader to show them the way.
If I may.
Oh no.
This reaction from Felicity is gonna, like, she's sincerely embarrassed by this, because taking more responsibility and stepping into a leadership role was something that the former Hearth was encouraging her to do, and she does within the guild care a lot about the kindlings. Like, she takes time out to train them and to get to know them and make sure they're settling in well, but she never wants to be seen as like the person who's grabbing glory for herself. And she has sort of studiously avoided, like, even stepping up into the Lantern Warden position.
Mhm.
So the fact that it was probably her being in her cups, along with still really processing losing Malin and the new Hearth, that would have led her to spill all that out on these lovely, lovely innkeepers. More than any other thing she could have done, just being sort of that vulnerable, that's what she's embarrassed about. She's desperately trying to get out of this conversation.
So tell me what you do.
You know what? How did you two meet?
It's a really simple story. So Moss we used to go to school together in Greenbags, and I used to kind of tease him a little bit when we were kids, and the usual. And then I went away for a little while. I went to work with my uncle down in Shure, and my grandaunt got in touch to say, she was looking to sell the family inn, and would I come back and help maybe run things over, get it kind of all sorted for her. And it turns out Moss was working here the entire time as like her assistant and her helper, and we just kind of sort of fell in love, and then we got married.
That's lovely.
Moss is shoveling bread into his mouth, like yeah. You get the sense that there's more to the story than this lady is telling you.
Can I give Moss a bardic inspiration?
I mean, you could. He's not going to tell you. He's shoveling bread into his face. But he is nodding. Like he's nodding. But
so you spent some time in Shore. I'm from Shore. Maybe we have some people in common.
Oh, maybe you know my uncle. He was mostly in sort of construction work down on some of the docks. The family have his family that he married into were very, very involved in all that kind of stuff. I was just there really to help with invoicing and paperwork and stuff, and she's kind of looking around. But this is a new venture, so innkeeping is in the blood too, I hope.
I'm sure you two will be very successful and happy here.
And Moss just kind of like swallows a lump of bread. Yeah, no, it's gonna be great. It's gonna be great. And he's just smiling at Nora. Do you know, we're gonna let you finish up breakfast. We'll go to set up your to settle your bill, but take your time. There's no rush at all, and if we can get anything else, let us know. We have a kitchen to rebuild. And Moss kind of gets up, but he kind of looks at Nora, and Nora is still kind of picking at the food. She does not want to leave the table, and then he just kind of and she yes, obviously we shouldn't be fraternizing with the guests all day. So she gets up, and please enjoy. She kind of looks. Nobody has eaten most of the food they've brought out. You've all just been picking it. There's just these big pieces.
Herodor has no qualms.
Okay. Yeah. She just gives you two thumbs up, Herodor, when she sees that you've been gnashing into burnt food.
Meat for breakfast?
Yeah.
What the hell is this?
They kind of get up and they head back into the kitchen, giving the four of you some time to plot the rest of the morning and the day.
I think as they would be leaving to go to the kitchen, Seraphina would have noticed the awkward little thing of Nora not wanting to leave, and she would have said, like, "Thanks for the company, Nora," and just a quick little, thanks.
Yep. She just beams like that's her. Oh my god, that's 5 stars in her head. And yeah, she follows Moss into the kitchen, and they begin to start cleaning.
Nice.
Yeah. We have a bit of work to do, don't we?
Not everyone all at once, then.
How far are we from Little Brother Lake?
You're still a couple of hours away from it. It's on you'd make it there kind of by the end of if you leave in the next hour or two, you'd make it there by late afternoon, early evening.
Okay.
And do we feel like... Oops, sorry.
No, go ahead.
Do we feel like we've gotten like contextual information enough from I think it was Sarla that had collected a lot of information? Like, do we feel like we've gotten enough that we could just like head straight into investigating, or do we need to stop by their fishermen and ask some more questions?
So, what ye have kind of official, or rather, what the guild has kind of officially gathered, is that this didn't come as any big missive. Like, it wasn't uh, it wasn't like a letter that came from the fishermen or the council from Achille Bridge. This was just Sarla, Diego's wife, just through a network of contacts that she has. There are stories of these lights, very, very pale lights appearing beneath the surface of the water. So it's not even lights on top of the lake. These are lights under the water. A number of boats with fishermen went out onto the lake to try and investigate what they were. They have not returned. And the most of the fishermen in Achille Bridge, we'll say between here, Achille Bridge and Greenbags along the River Deal, are refusing to go near the river or the lake until this gets kind of sorted. And that in itself is a bit of a problem because the fishermen are a source. They bring a source of food to this area. So unless we get this kind of sorted, outside of that rumor, you have nothing official to go on.
Is there any kind of like known lore in the world about like sirens or any sort of underwater creature?
So the only thing you can, I mean, look, there are plenty of stories about, sirens and mermaids and all manner of kind of creatures under the water, definitely. In terms of the lasting dark, you do know like there is a type of aquatic creature that has kind of appeared called a silveril. They are kind of a cross between a fish and an eel, and that's, to be honest, for Felicity, that's probably what all this is. It's probably a school of silverils that are catching some light or luminescence and glow. But even then, that in itself, the one thing with them is, as creatures, they're often seen like where they appear. They're invisible at during the day. They glow silver blue at night. They've been known to attack fishermen. Their nets, fishing lines. They appear both in freshwater and in saltwater.
Okay.
Well,
go ahead.
So sorry.
No.
My whole like monk practice is about like being around the water and taking a lot of influence from the practice of water. Would I like have any sort of history on other types of things? Because it feels too easy that it could just be silver reels. But we'll obviously check for those. But would I have anything that I could think about harder?
Give me a nature check.
Oh no.
I think Seraphina.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, that's a 9.
Okay. I would imagine, like, if the group are just kind of sitting around talking kind of about the lake and kind of going there and getting kind of ready, and Felicity sharing kind of, stories about silverills, and, likelihood this is kind of what you start thinking a little bit about it, Seraphina, and it is you're trying to think, like, is there anything else that this could possibly be? The only part of what Felicity shares that kind of sticks with you is like silverills attack nets and fishing lines. They don't really, like, I mean, boats have gone out and not come back. Like silverills they're like eel-like fish. We're not talking about whales. We're not talking about giant creatures.
Yeah, they're not Loch Ness like
yes,
monster style.
Yeah. So, like one boat maybe, a couple of boats, and if these are experienced fishermen, they'd know how to deal with silverills. That's the only thing that you're like. So that's probably the reason why second guessing it being Silverils or nothing else.
So-
Okay.
Our group, the timing of us heading off, would we have been at the guild to hear the reports back about sort of like the rift in reality that another team found?
Yes, they had just come back that day when thankfully the Herodor's delay meant you would have kind of got wind of that report.
So that would be present in our minds as we approach this situation.
Yes, yeah.
Okay.
Could it also
ahead.
be the sorry? Could it also be to do with the village that was under? Maybe
Hmm.
could be
Yeah.
maybe related to that as well. Could be some maybe not naturally fish related.
Spooky ghosts.
Some spirits.
Diego
What are you
is-
even trying to say?
Diego is holding a
Is that the
burnt
word?
piece
Okay.
of bread in one hand and a burnt sausage in the other, and trying to figure out which is which. He looks up at all of you. I probably should have brought this up sooner, but I don't want to spread misinformation. Drunken people will talk, and I hear people talk. But the night before we all voted for the Hearth, there was a sailor. He said he was a sailor in the bar. And, it was late. We were getting ready to close up. And he said a few things to Diala. Not inappropriate, nothing like that. He said that he had been out at the lake. And he'd seen the lights. And he'd gone out there by himself to where the lake used to be, where the water has retracted. And he'd seen the lights moving in the stones, in what was there before. And that while he was there, it knocked. He said it knocked like something looking for an answer. And again, it's late at night, and he's maybe had a few to drink, but it stuck in my mind. If I'm honest, it's why I took this job.
I mean, I don't know anything about that, but silver eels, I know that sounds likely, but they're not likely to attack fishermen like that. It's more like fishing nets and lines. So I wouldn't be surprised if it was something a bit more, but that sounds like quite a bit more.
Just a bit.
Well, thank you for that added context, Diego. I definitely think, we have an obvious explanation, but we should certainly go in with open minds. Everything with the Lasting Dark and what our fellow guild members have experienced lately, truly it could be anything. All we can do is go and see. Is there anything you all need to do here at the inn before we head out?
I'll just get the horses ready, if anything.
All right, then I'm ready to go as soon as you are. I'll settle up with our hosts.
Well, thank you.
Okay.
Harold gets up and goes to ready
Goes to
the
do
horses.
Okay. Serafina and Diego.
If I'm honest, I'd probably start like stacking the plates strategically to help the couple. I wouldn't make a big fuss out of anything, but
Okay,
I'd do that and then I'd head out.
Okay. All right, so you're kind of helping organize the table, Diego.
I was thinking a similar thing. Whereas I leave, I look around, and if there's like a thing that can be done quickly, a stool that can be pushed in, papers that can be righted, I can't help myself. I think.
Give me an investigation check, and I'll let you double your proficiency bonus.
17.
Okay. Yeah, their floor plan layout is terrible. Like, there's a bottleneck at the stairs towards the bar. There's a bottleneck. There's bottlenecks everywhere, and it is just as Serafina is stacking plates up and kind of trying to collect everything so it's easier for them to manage and kind of move it away. You were just slightly pushing a table here, and you're moving a chair and turning it slightly here, and those two big grand chairs that are at the doorway they'd be much nicer at the fireplace. So it's not even just kind of a slight nudge. You are now just rearranging their furniture for them.
The more I do, the more I get into it. Somebody has to pull me away.
Yeah, I think maybe so. I think that might be Serafina, who's like, okay, it's enough now. Like we're helping, and now
Diego,
we're
we're
overstepping.
leaving.
That picture, that one picture right there. If you notice, it's just askew, and maybe on that wall it would catch
You're
more.
so right, but we have to go.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah. Next time.
We'll come back.
I do think Felicity carries a lot of books with her. Her dad was a bookbinder and a bookseller, and she'll read literally anything. Will you let me roll an investigation check to see if I have a book on like pub keeping?
I
could just leave.
Wouldn't even be an investigation. It's gonna just be we're gonna leave it as a luck roll.
Luck roll.
So yeah, we're just gonna I'm gonna set the DC 18 or higher on this, and there's go for it.
All right. That landed in my lap. We're gonna do it again. 12.
Okay. You don't have a book on. You don't have exactly a book on, like how to run a tavern, or there isn't a innkeeping for dummies. But you do have Mr. Benchley's good housekeeping. And again, you remember
cute.
It's like a small little pocketbook, and it's more like sort of advice on like how to organize your pantry, how to how to get stubborn stains out of a skillet, these kinds of things that might be useful to them in the long run, but you can if you want to leave that down. But as they hear the furniture and stuff being moved, Nora does come out as Serafina is pulling Diego out the door, like trying to wrestle one of the pictures off the wall. And outside Serafina and Diego, it is it's a very cool morning. Like it's actually quite cold, if I'm being honest. There's a haze of mist hanging in the air, and quite a low rolling fog kind of just stretching out in front of you. There is wet and dew on the grass. The ground is soft underfoot, and you do see kind of boot prints from Herodor kind of moving off to the right-hand side of the building towards the stables and the little sort of workshop close to that well. Felicity, inside, Nora kind of like she hasn't even noticed the book because she's just put a ledger down on top of it. And you do see it's a leather-bound journal. It looks well made. Like this looks quite well made and new. You see sort of a very simple drawing of the inn and like the broken key. The pages are kept divided by a long piece of a leather strap, and there is a key that has been sort of fixed back together with some twine as like a bookmark hanging at the end of it. She lifts the cover, and there on the first page, there is literally you see your name in brackets, Emberlight Guild, 5 guests, 5 gold pieces.
It's gonna be as polite as possible. May I ask about who the 5th guest was? Like, she's kind of trying to make a joke out of it.
Oh. You see, she kind of looks at it, and she kind of looks back at you. You know what? It was kind of late yesterday when you all arrived, so I think maybe... And she takes a quill out, and she just... 5 becomes a very blurry 4. And then 4 gold pieces, please.
Do I get the sense that... do I get the sense that they were trying to pull one over, or was this just an honest mistake?
No, she genuinely seems kind of embarrassed at the... Like, it's like she's like very quickly trying to like... And she's trying to make it as neat as possible because this is the first page and this is the first entry.
I should have just paid her. Do we have... I'm assuming the guild sent us off with some funds for this.
Did you take funds from the guild?
Maybe we're all paying for our own room and board, so
Sure.
Let me just check my other purse. It's outside with the horse. You definitely have. Look, it's. I'm not. We can sort out the money afterwards. We can figure all that out afterwards.
I feel like I probably have enough.
You do. You should have some starting gold. Like it's only
marvelous. 4. I'll just pay for it. It's all good.
You take kind of the 4 gold coins out, and she hands them to you. Like you hand them to her, and she just gives you she takes it, but she kind of holds your hand. Thank you so much for being myself and Moss's first guests. I really feel like we're off to a brilliant start.
oh,
I love them.
me
Yeah,
too.
Felicity's gonna warmly squeeze the hand back. I think God, I want to do something nice for them, but I don't want to make it super obvious. So yeah, I guess she would just return that warmth and say, the honor was ours to be your first guests, and congratulations and best wishes on your new marriage and your new life here.
And like she's just like, you can see there's like some tears. Like she's just getting a little overwhelmed. It's not like she's not sad. Like she's just a little sort of like, it's their first proper successful sort of, well, yeah, it's successful. So she's just very, very grateful. And then she kind of she closes the ledger. Best of travels to you on your journey to the little bird. And if needs be, please feel free to come back and stay on your trip back. We'd love to have you all again.
Thank you so much. I hope we do see you again. And over her shoulder as she steps out, because she doesn't want to overwhelm her anymore, but she is going to be like, and we will leave you a 5-star review. Out the door.
She just, as you're heading for the door, she just kind of, you hear them both kind of shout, keep the wick trimmed to you.
Aw. May your light ever burn.
Herodor.
Yes.
You head out to the stables, just kind of letting the others kind of sort out some bits and pieces. The horses seemed well fed. They seem kind of well rested. All 5 of them.
We only brought 4, didn't we?
We need to do an investigation check of some sort.
Well, since we know the
I've
names
been
of-
waiting to get information from Felicity to be like, oh, she tried to charge us for 5, but like we have to find a way to
So-
investigate this.
Ermintrout, Hasselhoof, and yeah, I don't know. Can I even remember? Is there a 5th name?
There are
Naysayer.
only 4 names in my notes.
Naysayer.
Amazing. What an excellent name.
Do any of these have saddlebags on them?
It does. Yep. They all do.
So I checked Naysayer's saddlebags to see if there's any sort of thing on there that would tell me who was using it.
It's mostly just kind of filled with. It's kind of filled with a lot of the same kind of stuff. There's some rations. There's some lantern oil. There is a notebook, like a small notebook in it, but but there's nothing in it. We also have a hydration check from chat, so thank God, because it's incredibly hot.
I'm sorry, I had to giggle at the whose horse is that because
Whose
I
horse
heard
is
it in my head.
Yeah, it's the
There is an Emberlight guild sort of. Is there an Emberlight guild thing on this?
yes, in the actual saddlebag itself,
Yeah.
you do see the Emberlight Guild, the lantern sigil sort of cut into the leather. The notebook is monogrammed with the letter F.
Can I go up and check the rooms? Or like go ask Nora if any, because like we are the only ones staying here, right? So
Yes.
okay, can I go like knock
What?
on the other rooms?
You're gonna. So, I imagine sort of it's Herodor is like, there's another horse here, and his name is Naysayer, and he has, and then Serafina and Diego come out, and it's the, what are you doing with that other horse that's not ours, but you also know its name, and then Felicity kind of comes out, and oh god, the sun, it's so bright. I mean, it's grey and cloudy and overcast, but it's but Felicity kind of meets you all at the stables, and suddenly there's a fifth horse, there was a fifth plate, 5 gold pieces.
As somebody who's been at the guild for a while, would I recognize the horse?
No, it's
no.
literally only just arrived.
Yeah, the horse is 2.5 days in its residence
Service.
at the Emberlight Guild. Yeah.
Yes.
Do we have any other guild members that start with an F? The name? I can't. We've got so
It's
many guild
Fyron.
members.
You
Farron?
Oh yeah.
But
Can
he
I
was out on
investigate?
the-
yeah,
Yeah,
so
yeah, go check the last room.
So you're checking, you're getting the kind of the horses ready, you're kind of trying to mull it all together.
Oh.
Yeah, Serafina, you head up. Give me an investigation check.
My investigation's not great, guys. In case anyone would like to join me,
I
I have a
would love
minus
to join
one.
You. I have a +3.
I have a -1. So I
Hey,
got a
me
10.
too.
Okay.
16, 19.
Okay.
Oh,
So with Felicity and Serafina kind of heading back inside, you see Nora is a bit like, oh, did you forget something?
we are wondering actually if there's another person that's been traveling with us.
Oh.
It just seems that
No, sorry, that got cleared. I'm so sorry.
No,
Serafina,
no,
that got cleared
Nora.
up.
It's not just you. There's another horse out there, and it has some of our accoutrement on it. Can I just go check the rooms? Can Felicity and I just go up and check?
Yeah, of course. Please. I haven't even had time to turn them down yet, so yeah.
Perfect. Thank you. So yeah, we're gonna go run upstairs, and I'll just be over Felicity's shoulders, being like, trying to be helpful, but not being very helpful.
The bed is slept in. There's clearly you see there's signs of like, there's signs of like someone has been in the bed in terms of the blanket. It's not made, like it's kind of tossed all over the place. And there is, and this is Felicity, what you kind of catch. Again, you both see this, but Felicity, as you kind of step into it, you catch kind of a faint aroma on the air. Like it's slight, like a slight perfumey smell mixed with kind of sweat. And hanging on the back of the door, there is a long coat. And it's a long leather coat, well made, well worn, and it has a sash with the Emberlight Guild wrapped around the right arm.
And do we have different like depictions based on what level we are in the guild? Or is it just all one?
All
Okay.
just the one, yeah.
Okay. And it's well worn, so obviously if we knew this person, we'd see them having worn this. So is there any, like, would we recognize this jacket?
No, doesn't look familiar at all.
What
Does
the
it
heck?
smell familiar? Are any of us creeps who sniff each other?
No.
In character, Herodor is just like, what the heck's going on? Why can't I remember who this belongs to? Out of character, my brain might know.
Do any of us have like detect magic or see invisibility or anything useful?
I doubt
I
it.
have detect magic if you want, yeah.
And none of us have noticed anything other than
There's
this
a person.
fifth person that keeps getting added.
This
Just
fifth
an extra of
person
everything.
who did travel with us that we don't remember.
But that Nora has been able to see,
No, well,
you know?
Not
She's
necessarily.
added a fifth person every single time, though.
Right, but when we asked her about it, she was confused and didn't remember
Yeah.
one.
Yeah.
Which means, did 5 of us come in?
Who'd we kill?
Herodor at this point is just like, the brain is mush and cannot compute beyond that.
There is a part of Felicity that's panicking because she's just like, did I lose a member on my mission? Did I lose a person? Like, not just physically lose them, but lose them out of my brain entirely.
What could make you forget a person?
I think the bigger question is, where are they now?
Yeah.
But so it is this thing of you don't remember a person. Like it was just the 4 of you.
Right. And I would have like some kind of log or anything.
No, like in Valara does back at the guild in terms of a roster,
Right.
but
Okay.
That. Do we need to start writing down who comes and missions with us?
I feel like that's
You'd
something
think
we
we'd
should
be
have
able
done
to-
begin with. Well, barring any... I mean, have they interfered with us in any way that you can think of?
It doesn't seem so.
Maybe we just take the horse and see if they follow.
I was kind of thinking that, like,
If nothing else, we now
got
have
your
a spare
jacket
horse.
and your
Yeah.
horse.
Do you
I
want to do
think-
the detect magic thing before we go?
Yeah.
Yes, please.
I don't know if Diego's hyper concerned just at the moment, but seeing that everyone else is, he takes out his lyre and starts playing a tune. He walks towards starting at the naysayer, the horse, the mysterious horse, and walking towards the tavern, is casting and playing at the same time.
Cool.
so can I just so that we get the whole scene together, because we've 2 people in one location and then we've 2 people in another location. So I would imagine at this point, having found the coat, and it bearing the Emberlight, you've come back to the stable and it's all kind of happening here.
Mhm.
Just so this kind of all
Mhm.
makes a bit more kind of narrative sense. Diego, as you take out the lyre and you just start playing it, give me an Arcana check, please. And I know that's not how detect magic works. So just in case anybody's in chat going, actually,
That's a 2, a big healthy 2.
there's I'm going to give you 2 bits of information, even though that was
Wow.
a 2. I'm going to give you 2 bits of information. There's no magic. There's no magic off that thing at all. But the song you played on the lyre, you've never played before. You don't remember
What is
either.
happening?
Strange, must be an old one. Don't remember it. But, muscle memory. Huh.
Is anyone else good with Arcana? Can we see if there
Oh,
was
hell
like
no.
arcane interference?
So do the horses all seem, are they all, like, from animal handling, do they seem happy, or do they seem concerned with the current weather or anything?
Nope, horses are perfectly fine. They're happy, they're rested, they're ready to go.
With the rolling fog coming in, though, I thought that maybe there would be
Nope.
a bit unsettled even, but no.
Nope.
Right.
Is the fog coming in off the lake, like where we're headed, or from whence we came?
You can't really tell.
Okay.
Again, it's this thing. You have to remember, you're also close to the coast here as well.
Right.
Like, so this might be coming in off the sea. We're also in Duskwane, which is kind of late. We're in autumn. We're towards the end of the autumn rings. So
I mean, I think if we're all agreed, whatever this is hasn't posed a threat so far,
Yeah.
and we do need to get to the lake. So perhaps we just grab these things and
Okay.
head on our way. I have a +4 to Arcana. I could roll an Arcana check just before we go.
in this sense, it's not Arcana in the sense of
Okay.
detecting magic. Arcana there would be sort of arcane lore, arcane knowledge.
I
If-
mean, I read a lot of books.
Um,
No,
I mean-
that's up to you. That's your call.
Like, if you want to give me an arcane check or arcana check just to see if there's anything magically that you can think of that could be causing this, then yes. But other than that,
I like information. We'll give it a shot.
I think while you're doing that, Seraphina would just like mount her horse, but in the back of her mind be like, all right, I'm gonna keep an eye out to see if anyone spontaneously appears or if this horse
Okay.
rides with us. Like,
So that was a 12 plus 16.
there are, again, it's the thing of, as you said, like, there's memory loss, there's memory wiping, there's illusion spells. Like, without any context to what
Right.
arcana might be, this could be anything. This could, like, in terms of, this could be a spell, this could be a lasting dark thing. You've kind of nothing to narrow it down. But again, it's the horses aren't spooked, the innkeepers don't seem to remember anything either. So
Okay. Let's all take a vote. Now that we're aware of it, we can keep an eye out for it. But beyond that, do we just want to continue on our way?
yeah.
Well, that's what we're here for. Although Herodor then takes out his notebook and writes down, was it Nora and
Moss.
Moss.
Felicity, Herodor, Diego, and it just writes everybody's name in the journal and sticks it into the saddlebag, just being like, in case something wild is going on, I'm doing that.
Yeah.
And I grab the 5th horse and sort of lead it while I'm riding my horse, just because, yeah.
Can I ask?
So Naysayer is tethered to Ermine Trot.
Yes.
Okay.
Yep, Seraphina,
Can I ask a stupid question?
no stupid questions, but go for it.
Can I just try to like push above the saddle if there's anyone sitting in it that's invisible? Like the 5th horse.
So you do sort of like check the space.
Yeah.
There. God, that's so stupid. It's good. Give me a perception check at disadvantage.
At disadvantage.
At
Okay.
disadvantage. Yeah.
Can I give her a bardic inspiration?
No, because it's kind of this is just kind of one of those. We're in it. We're in it.
Oh Christ! I rolled a nat 1. I had a 13 and a nat 1, and I have a +5, so 6 if you'll accept that.
Person is just doing matrix moves to avoid your head.
Yeah, I'm doing my tai chi around them.
It's you. You kind of swish there. There's kind of nothing, but the horse Naysayer just kind of like is a bit spooked by what's kind of happening. And he's a little sort of like, he strains against Herodor a little bit, and Herodor, you are pulled off of your horse.
Can I make an animal handling check to nothing?
I'm reacting off.
Oh,
of
sorry.
yeah, but you're not going to take any damage. It's just
of course.
sort of a. It's one of these sort of, I tried this
Just
and
pride damage.
Oh.
Yeah, you're kind of, and it's very, very quick. You are just sort of yanked.
Yeah.
Before we go to our break, Diego, what are you doing?
Walking back out of the tavern at this point, probably just committing to the 10-minute duration of my detect magic, playing my song, watching all this unfold as I tanter around.
Okay. With the four of you now, kind of uncertain as to kind of what the events of the morning mean, because it all started off. It started off so bright, and there are very few of those these days. And as quickly as you found yourselves relaxing into the normality of a newlywed couple starting a life together and opening a business and the beginning of those steps, the lasting dark seems to have creeped in. Somehow, some way, it has seeped into this space. And you're not sure. Like, again, there's 5 horses, there was 5 plates, it was 5 gold pieces. There was a 5th room. But there is no sense or memory of there being a 5th person with the team at all. The 4 of you with the 5 horses continue north towards Achille Bridge and Little Brother Lake. That is where we're going to take our break. We're going to be back in about, it's just going to half 9. We take a quick 5. If we need to go longer, we'll go a little bit longer. We'll aim for 5 minutes. And when we return, for anybody watching, remember this is also a chance for you to get up, hydrate, stretch, whatever it might be. I'd also suggest keep an eye on the, if you're going to be here, keep an eye on the reel. There are some phenomenal people and actual play groups and stuff that you can maybe you don't know of. If you aren't, you can find you can check out D8 Dungeon. You can find all our social media and bits and pieces. You can join our Discord. I'm going to say one ominous thing to chat now, and I'm working on a super secret project, and if you want to get involved in it, I need super secret players to play, and it may or may not be connected to the Emberlight Saga. We're going on a break. Where's the break button? Where's the break button? Break. We're on a break. And we are back. And if you are just joining us, or if you've been watching along, I can give you a quick refresher. Serafina, Herodor, Diego, and Felicity have, on word gathered by Sarla, Diego's wife. There have been numerous reports of mysterious lights spotted under Little Brother Lake, the most northern lake in the Kingdom of Phaeton. And not only have there been lights spotted, but any boats that have gone out to investigate them have not come back. Several boats have went out to investigate, and the people on board have not returned. Serafina, Herodor, Diego, and Felicity had spent the last 2.5 days traveling. They took some rest at the Broken Key in a roadside tavern on the outskirts of Achille Bridge, the village that sort of sits on the edge of Little Brother Lake. Having awoken and eaten, the group were somewhat perplexed by a fifth plate, a fifth person added to the ledger, and a fifth horse. The room had been used. There was a jacket found in that space, but no memory of a fifth person traveling with the group, and no sense of any sort of lasting dark interference or magical interference. The group have decided to continue on their journey northwards towards the village and the lake. And that is where we left things off. And the journey towards Achille Bridge, you do occasionally pass a couple of fields and houses in the distance, settled near the banks of the River Deal. But for every field, there are just as many kind of boats stacked up next to it. Most people are kind of, they salute as they kind of go about digging up the fields and kind of preparing, seeing what they can get from the end of Duskwane here at Autumn. Is there anything left? Is there any root vegetables that they might have missed, or a late harvest? You arrive at Achille Bridge, and it's quite a picturesque space. I'm not sure if any of you have visited it before, but it's not the it's kind of not what you would imagined. Like all the houses, all the homes, the buildings are all brightly painted. Like and even in the murk and the overcast and the cold, they stand against that. There's a pop of fuchsia. There's a seeping of lavender. There's a deep teal, all sort of standing defiantly against the overcast sky and the grey fog. As the four of you make your way towards the village, again, anybody out on the streets, there's a small market square, and you can see that there's a handful of little stalls set up selling, again, nets, fishing line. There's some people still selling the last of any dried fish they might have, but most people are happy to give, they acknowledge, they salute. A few people do kind of spot the Emberlight sash on any, like if you're wearing it on your coat or on the saddlebags of the horses, and people are kind of, it's the Emberlight Guild. They've if someone's here to help, so there is kind of a sense of relief when most people, and it travels through the village very quickly, and a small crowd is beginning to kind of gather.
I think Felicity would be riding in first, and especially seeing those pops of color. The phrase you used, I think, was defiant against the bleakness, and that is very much how she tries to live. So she would feel her, despite all the mystery and confusion that they started the day with, I think she would feel her spirits start to rise sort of uncontrollably. Like she's like, we have a mission, we're here to do this, we're gonna figure it out, Insert plucky music here.
Is there anything anybody else is doing or wants to
Oh,
add?
the exact opposite.
Okay.
Anybody who will lend Diego his ear, he's like, and Herodor the brave, and Seraphina the unstoppable, like building everybody up.
Oh my gosh, that's so cute.
And Herodor is just getting down from the horse and just walking them through at this point because he
Okay.
doesn't want people to see him on top of the horse.
Okay.
I think
Too many
Seraphina's
people.
just very calmly riding at the back. I think I'd be pulling up the rear and just like watching the people.
Out of the kind of the crowd that gather, an older Furbolg gentleman kind of steps forward. He looks like he stands quite tall, but he's crooked a little bit. Like it's from years of being stooped over and hauling nets. That his natural posture, he's slightly bent in his posture, and it's kind of fixed into his bones. Good afternoon, Emberlight Guild members. Have you come about the lake?
Indeed.
Oh, we weren't certain. We had sent a letter some weeks ago. We didn't hear anything back. We had thought maybe it wasn't of your concern.
Above table,
Yeah.
There wasn't.
we didn't receive a letter. We heard about this
No.
from Diego's wife.
No.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. I do think, unless somebody else wants to sort of take point talking to this guy here, Felicity would respond to him.
Yeah. Go for it.
ahead.
I'm so sorry. It's possible your letter got lost in transit. Whatever the case, we certainly apologize for our delay in responding. We're here now. Is there anything specific you'd like to tell us about what's been going on?
And you see kind of like everyone just kind of awkwardly kind of looks to him in the kind of the same way Felicity he stepped forward. Well, I don't mean to speak out of turn, and I wasn't implying the guild was ignoring us. It's just, well, we sent the letter because our voice, our village speaker, he's missing. He went out on one of the first boats.
I'm so sorry for your loss. If we can help in any way or whatever information we can find, we'll do our best to restore him to you.
I don't mean, and he's not looking at you, Felicity, when he says this. He kind of looks to the crowd, like he kind of doesn't turn his back on you, but he kind of turns to her. But I don't mean to be stirring up anybody's upset or doubts, but we honestly don't know what's going on out there. And some people are saying they see lights, but I have sailed the seas of Phaeton. I grew up on this lake. I know the river deal better than I know the back of my own hand. And I, for sure, as the gods aren't with us, I haven't seen the lights. And then people immediately start going, well, I did, and I'm not lying. And then somebody else kind of shops up. Yes, you did. You're always lying. You're always half drunk at the same time. And like the village kind of, you see there's a clear divide.
Does it seem like it's kind of evenly split among like believers and non-believers?
Kinda, yeah. And like again, if we were to draw a line down it, it's there's clearly like this side of the village. I would say the side that's closest to the way ye came in, that road in, very much doubting those standing on the opposite side, which is closer to the lake.
Huh.
I think in the interest of de-escalating and also sort of getting more to information than emotion, Felicity would just sort of gently hold up a hand and say, whether someone has seen the lights or not, the missing people aren't in question.
Hmm.
So perhaps we focus on that.
There's nobody missing.
What?
This gentleman here just said,
And then a half orc woman kind of shoulders through the crowd. We didn't ask for a letter to be sent. There is nobody missing. Everybody from the village is here.
we never received a letter. We got individual reports from other people that Fisher people were going missing.
And it was probably them, and she points to the other crowd.
How many people are in this town? Like, roughly speaking, what's the population?
Depends who you ask.
A quick, in terms of the population, you're not like. Are you asking? Or
I guess
like
I was
the crowd-
asking you.
Yeah. You wouldn't necessarily know, but like most of the villages, they tend to be kind of about 200 to kind of 400 odd. There's about 50 or 60 people here in this. I have kind of gathered around the square.
Yeah, so missing people would definitely be noticed if it was that few people in a village. So okay.
And they
That's what I was
said
trying to
one of
figure
the
out.
they said one of the people was the town speaker. Like
Yeah.
kind of other people are saying there's nobody missing. I asked the person that said there's nobody missing, do you have a town speaker? Or
No.
a mayor?
No.
Have you ever had?
I'm sure somewhere in the town's history, perhaps. I don't understand. Thank you for traveling all of this way to the Achille Bridge, but there really isn't any bother, and your presence isn't going to do anything. And she kind of gestures over her shoulder to a again, and all of you, if you're following her hand as she points, there is a small. Actually, it's not small. There's quite a large stall towards the off the village square, just outside the tavern, actually, for Mantry Steel.
Can I just meta like word vomit?
Mhm.
Just because I need to have these thoughts outside of my brain. But so like obviously people like the part of the curse is that whenever the people are abducted, they're forgotten by the people who knew them, right? Like
Yep.
we're
what's
certain of that
Yep.
now. And
Yep.
so we've forgotten one of our own guild members as well. Like it's happening. I wonder if it's fog related. I don't know. Okay. Just needed to export those thoughts.
Actually, if it is fog related, is there the area we're in and sort of where you said there's kind of a bit of a separation? Is there a difference apart from distance from the lake?
There is. So you can just about make out the edge of the lake. So we're not like, it's not like that they're standing on the shore. It is still. It's probably a quarter of a mile away. Like,
Is there any? Does the fog seem to clear towards the lake?
It's very much everywhere.
Okay.
Perhaps we could go ahead.
I sort of say the reason why we have a bit of a weirdness of this is, as you can see, we have 5 horses. We rented 5 rooms at an inn last night. As, however, you can see, there are 4 of us. There is also personal effects of a 5th person that was in this inn. Something weird is going on.
That has got nothing to do.
Yes,
with
it does,
us.
because you may not remember people disappearing. They do. We didn't either until we saw the fifth horse.
And they're just trying to stir up trouble.
I don't think they are.
Can
At
we
the same
find someone
time-
more helpful than this person?
No. At the same
I
time,
was gonna try to about face and just
at the same time, we aren't going to. We're not here to take money off anybody. We're here to investigate something.
Hmm.
We're just going to have a look, and having a look is never harmed. We won't touch anything if you do not wish us to, but there is something weird going on with
we're
that
probably
lake.
gonna touch the lake.
By all means. And she
Well,
kind
yeah.
of gestures like,
She's the worst.
Yeah, just like we've been sent here. We came here because there's a problem. We're just going to have a look.
I think I would say to my team here, I'd say, like, I think maybe proximity to the lake is important. It seems that those are the people that are remembering that they've lost something. Maybe we'll remember if we get closer.
I
as
had
the
that
guy,
thought as well, and I wondered if this lady here might want to join us
I don't.
Hmm.
as
Well,
a representative of the town.
the guy that told us that about not ever seeing the lights, though,
Mm.
he's obviously went closer to the lake since then and hasn't seen the lights.
Hmm.
But he remembers
So-
the missing person.
Huh? Is there a difference in cross section of the people that remember and people that have seen the lights, or are they the same cross section?
Yeah,
Have
I'd
we
love to
lost-
figure out that Venn diagram.
Herodor doesn't even know what a Venn diagram is. Don't worry about it.
it's a real census question there.
Well, that's why
Yeah.
I was trying to ask if that person who said there's no one missing would escort us to the lake to see if their attitude changes the closer they get. To the
I was wondering that too, but they seem real non-compliant.
Are they a person like with a Mantry Steel logo, or are they just a random person?
This is just a woman who stepped out of the crowd, like to
Fair.
kind of challenge the Furbolg man.
Right.
Could I address her directly? And being as I am deeply charming and persuasive, ask if she would mind escorting us down to the lake, and perhaps if she knew of, because we didn't bring a boat of any kind with us, if she knows of anyone that we might be able to rent a boat off of, just so she can see for herself that we're not trying to stir up any kind of trouble. We really just want to take a look around.
Okay. Give me a persuasion check. And as you are doing this, you hear I think maybe Seraphina, because like Felicity, you're talking to her. Seraphina, Herodor, and I think we've lost Diego in terms of an internet connection issue. So, but we'll continue on. You just hear kind of the crowd are kind of murmuring. Carissa hasn't been on the lake since she lost her son on it. So there is just this sort of like the crowd, like again. How are you to know this? These are strangers to you. So, but like it is that thing. So, what did you get on your persuasion check?
A 12, and I have a +7.
So, 19. She leans back, and she's also heard people kind of, and like she's like this was mostly the crowd who they've been calling liars, or kind of saying she hasn't been on the lake, and you can just like her forehead creases and her lip curls a little bit, like into kind of half a snarl. Fine. You want proof? Let's go get proof. There is nothing on that lake other than fish, algae, and water.
Thank you.
Can I ask her a question? Have you noticed any disruption in the fishermen fishing? Is that something you're seeing, or is everything just kind of going about as normal in the town?
She just gestures to the air around her. I don't know where you come from, but we don't go out fishing towards the start of winter. It's madness.
Forgive me for my misunderstanding of the ways here. I'm trying to figure out if she doesn't remember anything to do with this whole, like, endeavor. If there are some people who don't even know that fishermen are actually avoiding fishing going on the lake, you know? But I don't know how to talk my way into that.
As you ask her this, like, because this isn't a sort of a pulling her aside and whispering to her, like you're like
yeah.
A lot of the crowd are still here, like they're debating this as much as you're trying to figure things out. And in the same way, when Felicity was trying to goad this woman into coming from the lake, Serafina, as you ask her about the fishermen, again, it's you clearly hear people kind of saying, I'm not going out on that lake until I know for certain it's safe. Like, again, and then you're just lazy. Like, and the town is incredibly split.
Okay.
And people are finding ways to justify whatever they already believe.
Pretty much.
Would it would seem. Yeah. Diego, sorry, do you have a question? Do you want me to catch you up? Have you?
I wasn't gone. I didn't have any clue that anything was wrong till you said I was disconnected. I've just refreshed.
Oh, okay. You're
oh my God, Diego disappeared and we didn't even know.
I have news from the other side.
Not another one.
Imagine that was just something I was doing in the background.
I wouldn't put it past you.
Note for the next stream.
So we are now making our way to the lake with this.
You overheard her name, Carissa.
Carissa in tow. The Fearbog man who first spoke to us, is he joining us as well?
Might as well so. And he does, like, he moves up to you and then she just shoulders past him.
Ugh, she's awful.
Okay.
Swings and roundabouts at my NPCs.
Yeah.
Listen, we can't fall in love with all of them. All right, and I'm gonna just give sort of a baffled but encouraging look to my team members here and move on towards the lake. I'm gonna follow Carissa.
While we're walking, Herodor wants to sort of like ask Fearbog, do you know some of the names of the people that have went missing?
Good one.
He nods. He's like, my granddaughter is missing.
Oh.
And he said, like, he names the voice. He, like, again,
Herodor takes out the book and starts writing.
Okay. He like, again, as he's speaking, every now and again she just scoffs very loudly. Like, there is just a kind of a she doesn't say anything, but like, yeah, her attitude hasn't shifted or changed. Like, and as the group are walking down towards, like, there's a path here from the village towards the lake and like some of the pier off of it. It's late into the evening. It's not quite dusk yet. Like, we're not seeing it. Like, the sky has stayed gray and miserable all day, but so the light hasn't shifted too much. A handful of villagers from both sides have kind of followed. They're keeping their distance, but they have followed. And as the four of you kind of and the Fearbog he gives you his name, Wallen. Is his name, Wallen. He tells you kind of about the River Deal and how this used to be a much bigger space, the area used to be very, very different from what he remembered, what he was told as a child, and but it's all gone that way since the Lasting Dark. It's not a story that any of you are unfamiliar with, even outside of the guild. This is the reality of life and the world at the end. he it's not that he prattles on or he rambles on, but I think he's just happy to have someone to tell this to. And Herodor, especially since you are writing it down, he feels there's a little bit more of a trust, because it isn't just four people coming to gawk and go, yeah, there's no lights, we're gone. Like, clearly the guild are here to do something, and he does. You get a sense that he's trying to give you as much as he can remember. The lake is incredibly still. Like it but for the kind of the smell, and it's just lake. It's just you can smell the earth, you can smell the water, but it's like glass. It's like dark green bottle glass. No lights, nothing.
Are we, as a group, and I'm asking the three of you, are we intending to just observe the lake from the shoreline, or do we want to go out onto the lake?
Well, I have a broom of flying in my inventory. If we want me to circle around over top, perhaps. That was something I was thinking. So that, like, maybe touching the water is a bit of a danger that we don't want to dive straight into. Pun intended.
What
Um,
I ask sort of Wallen, what time of day do the lights normally show?
He doesn't see them though.
Oh well,
When do
to
people
whoever
report seeing
sees
them?
them.
Right.
Yeah.
Folks have said they've seen them at the crack of dawn. Folks have said they've seen them at the dead of night. They just,
Any time of day.
I haven't seen them myself.
Fair.
Just from we got here till now, and you said this be crowded split off and was following us. Diego the whole way, just walking along with them, playing the lyre, bigging up the crowd, listening in. What he's really doing is trying to piece together the consistency with which these people are saying, I've seen the lights and I don't remember, or I've seen the lights and I do remember. I haven't seen the lights, I don't remember, that sort of thing. Like, is there a consistency?
Again, just sort of like eavesdropping. Even though it's not like, because 50 or 60 odd people had kind of gathered when they'd heard the Emberlight were here. It's only about a tenth of that has kind of come. So there's only about six or seven extra people kind of following you down. 3 are very much in support of Wallen. And of those 3, 2 saw the lights.
No complete correlation. Okay.
Have we noticed any changes in Carissa as we get closer and closer and now are at the lake?
Give me an insight check, Felicity.
Okay. What is my insight? Oh, only 1. 8.
can I help with that? Like, can I be observing her as well?
Yeah, you can give me an insight check as well. Felicity, like, she has her back turned to you. She does not, like, again, she's gesticulating out, like, and you have your proof. Maybe you could go and tell everybody else that the lake is fine, the river is fine, and that we can all just get over this, because there is nothing wrong. Yeah.
I got a 23, if that changes anything.
Okay.
She's not looking at you. Like, the entire time she's looking out to the lake.
She's trying to remember.
And
Or trying not to.
Yeah.
Sorry, Fina. You hear her voice break a little when she talks about the lake. And as you kind of get a little bit closer, like, she kind of bulldozed to the front to lead you, kind of very sort of proudly, to the lake, sort of full of gusto and bravado that she was going to kind of put Wallen in his place and put the 4 of you in your place, and maybe try and stop all this nonsense so that people could just get back to getting ready for winter. You see that her body language has shifted. And while she is holding herself up, you can hear the tremble in her voice. She's clearly trying to hold back on her emotions. She's fighting something.
I think I would say very quietly to her, so that it was like just to her, and say, I'm sorry for bringing you back here. It's obviously causing you pain, and that was not our intention. I'm not even going to wait for a response because she's going to spew some vitriol. I'm just going to say that and walk back to our group.
She doesn't react.
Yeah.
Like she
I'm giving her that out.
Yeah, she kind of just she pulls, like, even though you didn't put a hand on her, but she kind of just turns away a little bit. But you clearly hear like there's kind of as she tries to pull the tears back in.
Okay.
Would we learn anything from the echo test that's been, like, if we were to shout out across the lake, is the way clear? Is that possibly something that could get us information?
Let's find out.
Let's do it.
Okay. Are the four of you going to call out, like, is the way clear?
Well, I think before we head out, that'd be better to do. Right now, we're not heading out anyway, are we?
But it would be good to know the response, if there is any.
I mean, I'm sort of asking the lake.
Yeah, I was kind of thinking that as well. Like, before I go fly my broom out on it and Nessie
I don't want to
pops
send, whether we're on a boat or a broom, I don't want to send anyone out without at least trying to cover all of our bases. So yeah, are we all? Do we all have to say it, or is it just?
No, one person can do it.
So Felicity is just gonna call out in her clearest, most bell-like bard voice, "Is the way clear?"
You hear your voice kind of bounce around the shore. It comes back to you normally.
It doesn't sound like it. Yeah, it's normal.
Okay.
And then you just hear Carissa kind of just bark. Of course it is.
I'm trying so hard to be on your side, Carissa.
I'm not.
All right. So, a couple of questions. To Diego, and this is sort of above table. When you played the song earlier and didn't remember where the song came from, did you share that with us, or did you kind of brush it off as just like, oh?
So I did say, I don't remember that one. Muscle memory, or something similar.
So if we
that
weren't,
was
like, paying super close attention, we would have potentially missed that. And then Serafina, we know you have the broom. Have you made it known that you are willing to fly over the lake?
You know what? Talk amongst yourselves for a second. I'm going to read it to see if that would be insane of me to do, or if someone else should.
No longer above table. Is anyone good at skipping stones?
Ooh.
Are you?
I don't know. Let's find out.
If you call it a sleight of hand check, yes, very.
Marvelous. If we're trying to see if, like, physically touching the lake has any effect, I would suggest we toss a rock in there before we toss ourselves.
I go looking for a good skimming rock.
Also, and this is completely above table, I've been laughing the entire time that you're on this mission, Herodor, because in your character introduction, you mentioned that you hate fish.
That's awesome.
Yep.
I was like, why did you come on this? I've been waiting to, like, have a fish jump out and jump scare Herodor, but
No, he hates them. He's here to kill them.
Yeah. I don't like the taste of them.
Diego and Herodor, are you both going to try and skim a stone?
Yeah.
You can give me, if it's athletics, it's going to be at disadvantage because.
Okay.
And if it's sleight of hand, it's just a straight roll.
So the writing on the broom is a little odd, and it says take a magic action. Do I have to be like a magic wielder for that to be? No? Okay.
Do you have to attune to it?
No, it doesn't say so.
Yeah. And if anybody in chat wants
it does say so. I lied to you.
About being attuned?
Yeah, it requires attunement.
But you took it with you, so
I did.
Yeah.
The 2.5 days.
For a few days.
You're attuned. You're fine. I like in terms of like using magical items and stuff like this. fine. Spell scrolls, we'd have a different conversation because I have a
Sure.
slightly different mechanic for that. But this, work away.
Okay, cool.
I got a 14.
Okay.
Was anyone else skipping a stone?
Jacob.
Yeah.
I will also skip a stone because you said it could be sleight of hand as well, right?
Mhm.
Okay. Oh, God bless America. That's that is a 7 total, even with a +6 to my sleight of hand.
Okay, so that's a
Oh
nat
no,
one.
I did math wrong. It's 8. I got
Okay,
2.
2. Okay. Like you hop a stone off Carissa.
I fall. Yeah.
Okay, so we have an 8, we have a 14. Diego.
I rolled an 11. Not good.
Okay. Again, on Felicity's suggestion about maybe just seeing what the lake water is like, Serafina and Diego Herodor, you look for kind of stones on the shore.
Just thunk.
Yeah, Serafina, your first one, it's just
So
plops.
embarrassing.
An
just-
angry fish comes up and asks why you gave it a concussion.
Diego, you get a bounce, like so it hits, it bounces, and on the second it just splashes into the water. And Herodor, yours actually skims the top of the water 6 times, so it goes out a little bit further. The lake seems fine.
Totally chill with it. Okay. So now so this broom, it has a fly speed of 50 feet. It can carry up to 400 pounds. And the fly speed becomes 30 feet while carrying over 200 pounds. I don't have an amazing investigation, but if someone wants to ride the broom with me, then I think that would work.
I would assume it's going to be more of a perception thing because you're not investigating. It's a bit more hands-on.
Oh, yeah? Would you agree, Declan?
Yeah, nope.
Yeah.
'Cause you're
Okay,
just
cool.
gonna be looking at the area. Yeah.
Yeah.
Cool. I mean, I have a +5 to perception then, so.
Okay, yeah,
can
I only have a +1
try.
to perception.
So
Okay.
you're probably the best person
Yeah,
to do
does
it.
anyone have better than a +5?
Sick. Okay. Are there any like areas that we would just visually look at and be like, oh, that's interesting? Or is it just like full, still, calm lake in
Full, still, calm
our
lake,
eye view?
Yeah. Again,
Cool.
there is this fog that has just kind of permeated all day. You can see like the edges of the lake from here. Like you can see kind of along the western and the eastern bank, but then kind of the horizon just gets swallowed in this gray haze.
Just before we send anybody out on the lake,
Yeah.
can I cast aid on all 3 of my companions here?
Ooh.
Yeah.
What does aid do?
Choose up to 3 targets, 3 creatures within range. Each target's hit point maximum and current hit points increase by 5 for the duration, and the duration is 8 hours.
Sick. Okay. Have we've been riding our horses through the fog and everything, right?
Mhm.
Okay.
Yep. Okay, so you're gonna get on the broom and fly out across the lake.
I suppose, yeah, and just try to perceive if
Okay.
there are any dangers
Diego,
or interesting things.
Herodor, Felicity, is there anything that the 3 of you are doing at this point before I go to Serafina?
I will give Seraphina Bardic Inspiration before she goes up, so
I love
What's
that.
your plus? Like what dice is that?
1d6.
Great.
Okay.
And then I guess, other than trying to just perceive
Well, I guess
about
yeah.
the lake generally,
Yeah.
Yeah.
or could I could I roll an Arcana check just like before she heads out?
Again,
Okay.
like I mean, you were throwing
Does anyone
stones.
have good nature?
I mean, I would be saying it is nature better like than like
I have a +3
Mine-
to nature. Could I do a nature check?
yeah. And Herodor,
Do any of the magic user kinds can make light at all?
What?
Can any of you magic users create light at all?
Oh, I'm not a magic user, unfortunately.
Why would I take light when I could just take healing word? I mean, I can cast firebolt.
It doesn't work on water.
I got a, what was it, +3 for? I got a 12 on that nature check.
It's a lake.
It's
Oh,
a lake.
God bless.
The water is fine. The fog. Again, it's the it. Everything looks normal. Like again, you don't see anything.
It might
Yeah.
just not be bright enough for us to see. I just want to see like if we can see anything under the lake. That's the thought I was having.
Mm.
If we had light on a stone or something and just threw it in. But I don't think
Ooh.
any of us can do
So
that.
if
Could I cast detect thoughts on the lake?
no, I'm going to shut down this because if the three of you are just sort of
Okay.
waiting for Serafina to
Yeah.
go out and come back, and it is just sort of looking out
Okay.
onto the lake. We're
Yeah.
I'm conscious that we've only got a few minutes left before this session ends. So with Diego offering some inspiring musical notes,
Yes.
Herodor and Felicity trying to figure out if there is more that they could be doing, if there's more that they could try and investigate the lake with. And it's most of that gang that had kind of followed have left. Like
For sure.
they've just even as you take out the broom and you climb up onto it, Serafina, to dart out across the lake, they're kind of nonplussed. Like they're just nothing. There's no big excitement. There's no real answers. Wallen and Carissa stay behind to wait and see. It's that sort of both have kind of a stake in this, and as you grip the broom, you feel the energy in yourself kind of welling up. It always feels slightly weird when you tap into something because it's a part of everybody, and it feels close to your own focus, but it's different. It's strange. It's like it's feeling the heat off of metal before you've even touched it and knowing it's there, or the cool of a frost before you. It's just that sensation that you get as you feel the broom and the energy and the magic within it kind of lift off the ground. And as quickly as it does, you kind of it's a quick dart up of about 4 or 5 feet off of the little pier, and you all see Serafina sort of levitating, and her robes sort of catching a little bit in the air, and then you shoot forward. Like it's not at breakneck speed, but it's there is kind of a whoa as you not your first time on this, but it's always that first sort of, and you steady yourself, and the three of you watch as Serafina sort of weaves very, very sharply, kind of left and right, over the top of the lake, and you see kind of the air skimming across the top of the lake, and as you rise up, you kind of looking back over your shoulder, you kind of see the pier disappear behind you a little into the fog, and you're kind of in just this cloud of gray, and you can feel the cold, and a couple of minutes pass, and you can hear water. You can hear. It sounds like a river. It sounds like water rushing as you skirt across the lake. Give me a perception check.
Okay. God, this feels important. Oh no.
You can do it. You have the bardic too.
I'm using it.
Heroic if you have it as well.
That's a 14 total.
You hear thwum, 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 and below, this sound emanates. It sounds it sounds like a knock. And then there are these lights that
Ooh.
begin to drift below you.
Are there like so many I can't count, or do I know how many?
There's a lot. Like there's a lot
Okay.
of these lights. But they're
Okay.
moving. Like they're drifting. They're drifting, but they're all moving towards a point. They're all moving. Like it's not that they're kind of moving around. It's a slow hovering, and they're moving kind of all towards the single. They're all moving from different parts of the lake here to this source of this knock.
Okay.
And I need you to make a wisdom saving throw.
Okay. I doubt I have anything decent for wisdom. Let's see.
I have faith in you.
Thank you. Okay. Oh, God bless. That's a 7. I'm not using that D20 anymore.
To jail.
Is any of this visible or audible from the shoreline?
No. And
I'm gone.
if you don't mind, I'll as this knocking echoes around you, it sort of rings in your head a little. It's not a knock. It's a bell. And you are called to service, Seraphina. And the broom begins to descend.
No.
Back on the pier, Herodor, Diego, Felicity, Carissa turns to you. It's like I said. There are no lights. Now, if the three of you could kindly leave. It is just the three of you. 3 people left the city of Iran. 3 people left the Guild Hall. 3 people traveled to the northeast peninsula of Phaeton to seek out the lights under Little Brother Lake. And that is where we will leave this.
Oh no.
Okay. A massive thank you to Gabrielle, to Paul, to Richard, and to Monica for their first, well, not their first, but their first mission together here in the world of the Emberlight Saga. We're back, I'm back next week with a different group. And there's, if you've thought, geez, it's not that bad, Jekyll just kind of oversold this whole dark and now we're good. I am so excited to continue exploring this world with. I'm such a lucky DM. I have 23 amazing players that are helping me bring so much life to this space. So a massive thank you to the 4 of you, and I'm looking forward to picking this back up in 2 weeks' time.
Oh my god.
What else? There's usually other stuff. There's plenty of other D8 Dungeon content out there to check out. I'll just pop in the link to our Discord server if you want to get involved. I mentioned, oh yes, there was 2 things I said. I mentioned one before the break. I am working on something with somebody else that might or may not be directly connected to the Emberlight Saga. If you are currently involved in the Emberlight Saga, you can't play. Okay. The other thing that I am working on at the moment, and this is for chat, I am going to start making some of the world of the Emberlight Saga available for people to, like maps, some of the lore, some of the monsters and stuff that I've been making available for people. And as chat, you are no longer chat. You are citizens of Phaeton, and you can help me to start creating missions to send the Emberlight Guild out on. Now that doesn't mean I'm not asking you to work for free. I'm not saying go write a one shot and I'll run it. I'm just if you have an idea for a quest, if there's something fun that you'd like for me to throw at the party or the group or the guild, then the Discord is the best spot to catch me there. And you are here in chat if you wanted to. I'm so excited to see where this story continues. I was not expecting to do that. But I'm glad I did.
I should have taken someone with me, someone who had better wisdom, so
Here's
at least
the
someone
thing.
could help.
Felicity's such a reckless hoe that she was about to take a boot off and dip a toe in just to see what happened. And then Declan's like, and that's where we're stopping.
A massive thank you to everybody who watched. If you're catching the VOD afterwards, thank you so much. What else is out this week? Oh yeah, I meant to say there's no Ben Injected on a roll this Thursday. We were supposed to be doing a double, but both Ben and myself are caught up with other bits and pieces, so we don't have a stream on Thursday night. Plenty of time to catch up on all the other D8 Dungeon stuff that exists out there in the world. Did I mention the award-winning podcast that we have? Yes, we do. We have an award-winning podcast that's coming to. Campaign 1 is coming to an end. I say this, but there's like another 6 months, but it's over for us. We've already done. Anyway, I'm prattling, I'm rambling. A massive thank you to Gabrielle, Paul, Richard, and Monica for this evening. We'll see them in 2 weeks. We're going to see a whole other team next week. So, and if you felt bad for them, the next round have it worse. They really do.
We were shockingly lighthearted for a lot of this, actually.
Yeah. Good night. Take care, and we will see you soon.
Bye.
Night, everyone.